You see, the Buddha's teachings are to help us to reduce our suffering and if possible to end our suffering. And the Buddha's teachings are more of what we can call preventive medicine. You know, if somebody is already sick, normally it is difficult to cure the sickness, right? But if somebody is not yet sick, it is better to teach that person to have healthy life, healthy living. For example, by eating the proper food, by having proper exercise, by not having too much stress, by having enough rest, etc. Then that person would not become sick, right? So in the same way, the Buddha's teachings are a preventive medicine in the sense that before we suffer, we should learn and understand the Dhamma. Of course, we suffer a bit before we are ready to want to investigate the Buddha's words, right? But now, having suffered a bit, if we have the wisdom, we come and we investigate the Buddha's words and learn more about the Buddha's teachings. Having learned more about the Buddha's teachings, then slowly we let go of our attachments, right? So, when we are able to do that, and something like this happens to you, your child falls off the motorbike and gets killed by a car, then you accept it, you accept it as a fact of life. You understand that however much you cry until all the tears come out of your body, still the child will not come back, right? So you accept it, perhaps this is the karma of the child, then you don't grieve so much. But if a person does not come and make an effort to understand the Buddha's teachings, just like a lot of people, so the chances are that when something like this happens to them, then they are overcome with grief. And when they are overcome with grief, then it's very difficult to help them, right? Because their mind is already turned in that direction, right? Just like a person is mad already. Because when we are overcome with grief, and the grief is so strong and uncontrollable, a person temporarily becomes insane, just like anger. When the anger in us arises to such a great extent, we might kill somebody out of anger in a rage, because at that moment we are temporarily insane. Just like, for example, if we don't understand the Dhamma and don't practice and don't cultivate our mind, we have 5 hindrances that can be very, very strong. The first one is sensual desire. Second one is ill will or anger. Third one is sloth and torpor. Fourth one is restlessness and worry. Fifth one is doubt. So, if we don't understand the Dhamma and we don't take the trouble to cultivate our mind, when one of these hindrances arise, for example, in a man, the sensual desire can arise to such a great degree that he might rape his own daughter, right? And he rapes his own daughter because he cannot control himself, because the sensual desire has come to such a great extent. He does this thing, and later, of course, he regrets it. So, when that thing strikes us, temporarily, it's very hard to help that person, right? So similarly with this woman, if she sees her child being killed on the road and she blames herself because of her carelessness, she go and knock somebody or something and the child falls and is killed before her eyes. And temporarily she's overcome with grief and becomes temporarily insane. To help such a person is very difficult. That is why we must make the effort first before suffering comes to help ourselves so that we are prepared